This video was made on the land of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. The Swinburne Adobe Hub pays respect to elders past, present, and emerging, and acknowledges that sovereignty was never ceded. Before we get started, please make sure you're signed in to the Adobe Creative Cloud using your Swinburne ID and have the Adobe XD app installed and open. Download the assets folder in the description to follow along. In this video, we're going to use the wireframe that we created in part 1 to make our final design, and add some interactions to get our prototype up and running. We're going to use pre-made assets, but for your own project, you can create designs using Illustrator, Photoshop, or any other app you're familiar with. Let's start by duplicating our wireframe so we can have a copy if we need it later, and rename the boards so we know which is which. Now it's time to import some assets. Either head to File, Import, and navigate to the home screen background in the Assets folder, or drag and drop it into XD. Move the screen background into position over the first artboard. You'll see that it covers everything else on the board. This is because it's on top of everything we created before. To fix this, open up the Layers panel and double-click on the home screen artboard layer. Here, you'll see all of the items on the page. Click and drag the home screen background file to the bottom of the list. Now you'll be able to see all of the other items. The black text is a bit hard to read on this new background, so let's change it to white by selecting both boxes and changing the fill in the right side panel. Much better. The next things we'll add are the logo and icons. Because we already have a wireframe set up, we can use this to automatically place and scale our assets. Drag and drop the logo icon into the box at the top of the home screen artboard. It will drop the logo directly into position. Let's do it again with the home screen icon. Drag it into the first icon box. Because we used a repeat grid to make these boxes, XD will fill all of them with the same icon, which isn't very helpful in this case. Let's undo that last step. To separate the boxes, select them and use the Ungroup Grid option at the top of the right-hand panel. Now each box can have its own icon. The last thing we'll do on this page is select the Type Something text and use the color picker to match the background. Change the colour of the search box to white for a clean look. Great job, the home screen is done and is looking amazing. Let's move on to the search results page. Drag and drop the hotel pictures into their boxes. They'll be scaled down automatically to fit, but to refine them a bit more, double-click and you'll see a ghost version of the entire picture. You can now use the handles to resize and reposition the photos. Click off when you're happy and the mask will reappear. Let's also add some shadows to give this page some more depth. Select all of the info boxes, then turn on the drop shadow effect in the right menu. Select the background and turn on the inner shadow. You can change the dimension of the shadows if you like, but we'll stick with the defaults for now. Great work! Use what you've learned so far to finish the design for the info page. Pause the video here. We'll meet back up when you're done. Our design is looking great, so it's time to start creating some interactions between these pages. So far, we've stayed in the Design tab. Let's head over to the Prototyping tab now. It looks pretty similar, but instead of design tools in the right side panels, we have our interaction settings. For our first interaction, we'll want to be able to click on the search bar and see our search results page. Keep in mind that this is just a demo search bar. You won't actually be able to type and search here, but for a prototype, that's more than enough. Click on the search bar and you'll see a blue arrow appear. You can click and drag this arrow to set a new interaction. Drop it onto the artboard of the search results page. Leave the trigger as tap. This just means that when we click, we'll go to the next page. You can change how the page transitions, as well as the length of time it takes. We're going to use slide left for now, but feel free to play around and choose a transition you like. Great work! Let's test it out to see how it looks. In the top right corner of the screen, you'll see a play button. This will allow you to preview your prototypes and make sure your interactions are all working. It's looking good so far, so let's keep adding more interactions. We'll want to be able to click the Ands In listing and see the detailed info page. When we hover over this section, we have a lot of different items we could connect. The photo, the background, or the text. But we probably want a user to be able to click anywhere on this area and be taken to the next page. To set this up, open up the Layers panel and navigate to the Search Results artboard. Hold Shift to select all of the elements for Ands In. With them selected, press Ctrl or Command G to put them into a group. Make sure to give it a name so you can find it easily. Now we can select the whole group and set a transition interaction to the next page. Pause the video here and practice setting more interactions between the back button and the search results page, and between the logo and the home screen. Amazing work! In just a few minutes, we've taken this from a nice design to a working prototype. In a real app, all of the different elements on the screen would have interactions, but for a quick prototype, we can just create the most important ones. Let's try one more different kind of interaction. Duplicate the back arrow from the info page and place it just above the scroll line on the search results page. Head back to the Design tab, rotate it so it's pointing upwards, and change the color to something more visible. We're going to use this as a jump to the top arrow. Back in the Prototyping tab, let's create a new interaction. Before, we set interactions between different pages, but this time, let's set it to an element at the top of the same page, like the logo. Set the type to Scroll To and turn on Fix Position while scrolling. This will make the arrow stick to this position no matter how far down the page we scroll. Head back to the play button to test it out. Well done! In these two videos, we've learned how to take an app idea to a wireframe, then to a design, and finally to a working prototype. In this tutorial, we haven't made pages or interactions for every aspect of the design, so if you want some more practice, try creating a profile page, reviews page, or anything else you think this app could use. Thanks so much for watching. You're all ready to start making with Adobe XD. If you need help, there's plenty of resources at swi.nu/Adobe Hub, or get in touch at adobehub@swin.edu.au. We also have one-on-one sessions available. The booking link is in the description. Don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials and comment what you want to learn next.